Good YouTube. It's Jackson with another video. This time I'll be reviewing NXT, the episode of NXT for December 9th of 2020. Before I get into that though, one thing I want to talk about is the quality of NXT. Like I've said in previous videos, is really gone down. But the reason that I review NXT is because I feel like I owe NXT. Um, I believe it was, what year was it? I can't remember what year was it. Anyway, I for some reason the year escapes me, but the NXT during the time where I was in a hospital bed. I was depressed about some things, and then it was I watched NXT Takeover that night, and the match that really like put a smile on my face and got me out of that was Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Those two tore the house down. Now before that match, I didn't know anything about Shinsuke Nakamura. All I knew was that Sami Zayn was an extremely good wrestler, and he could bring it. And then when I saw him face Shinsuke, I was just blown away. I had a real good feeling that they would be big on the main roster. And in typical WWE fashion, they messed it up. I just don't understand how you can have the biggest and the best talent that this world has ever seen, and you can barely find anything to do with them for a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown. You just leave them in catering. I don't understand, man. But one solace that I had as far as WWE goes was NXT. And every time I watched NXT, it kept getting better and better. Even if talent was getting taken and moved up to the main roster, NXT remained consistent through that run that they had. It wasn't until recently when the pandemic hit and AEW started to come around that we started to see the quality of NXT go down. As soon as NXT was put on the USA Network, I had a feeling that Vince McMahon would kind of pull his puppet strings to NXT and do what he likes to do, and it looks like that's happened. I just I'm just disappointed, man. Like Triple H built NXT from the ground up. If you don't remember, NXT used to be like a game elimination show. Like it was not with the NXT that we've seen today. Like it's improved a lot. Triple H has put a lot of work in to make NXT to the brand that it is today, to one of the best brands in the world. And to see that the quality has gone down is like it breaks my heart. I believe what Triple H needs to do, he needs to have a heart to heart with Vince McMahon. Tell him that just like um, what you did with WWE when it was your creation, NXT is my creation. Like let me do what is best for my brand. Like I got this. You deal with Raw and SmackDown, I have NXT. Think that's what he needs to do, man. And the reason that I'm reviewing NXT is because yeah, it might not be that much interest in it and everything, but I feel like I owe NXT. NXT NXT is one of the best brands out there, and I believe that it can get back to where it was. It's just some fundamental changes needs to happen, management wise. Triple H has got to put his foot down on NXT is mine, and I can do what's best for NXT. Let me do that. Let me do that as a man and as your son-in-law, and as that's just what needs to happen. Um, but anyway, enough of that. We Let's get on into the review. So the first thing we had was Finn Balor. He meets his potential challengers for the NXT Championship. Now, what I really liked about this was the promo Finn cut at War Games saying, "Hey, when all this is done, Wednesday is it's back to me. I'm the reason. I'm the reason that the NXT is gonna be where it is." So I really liked it about him. And then NXT opened up with Finn Balor, got straight to the chase. He said the time for games is over. The champ is back. And what I was really surprised about was Pete Dunne coming out there as one of the first challengers. Seeing them go back and forth, I really enjoyed it. That could be a potentially good match. The only problem that I have is he lost last night. Why would he be awarded with even an opportunity for the NXT Championship when he lost? That's I it will be a good match, but storyline wise, he lost. I think he's gonna have to do a lot more to say, hey, this is why I deserve to be here and why I deserve to be that number one contender. He has a lot of work to do. And then Kyle O'Reilly comes out, which he comes out, he tells Dunn that we went to war and everything, but who, like I said, who won last night? The Undisputed Era won, and he wants another crack at Finn. He says, Finn, I broke your jaw. If you wanna get back at me for that, let's do this once again for that championship. And that can be a really good match. I'd love to see part two of them going at it. Still wondering how the other members of the Undisputed Era are gonna play into this. I'm not sure what they're doing. They look like they're faces now, so that could be an interesting play on it. He could have had them in his corner, or I just don't know how that will play out. Um, and then Damien Priest comes out. Another person is, you didn't win last night. Why do you deserve a shot at the NXT championship? Yeah, he came out and said that it'll be a marquee match between him and Finn Balor. I mean, he's not wrong, but he needs a little bit more momentum to even be considered a challenger for that NXT championship. So all three of them go back and forth. Finn is like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this. I'm the champion. I got better things to do. They tell him where he's going, and he says that you all have made your cases, but I don't make those decisions. The brass, William Regal, does. As he's about to leave, Karrion Cross's music plays, and then you see Scarlett come out. And she just stares at him, walking around him and stuff. And he welcomes the challenge. He says that whenever Cross is ready, I'm ready. And then he goes to the back. Kyle and Pete get out the ring, and then Damian Priest says, "Do you always do your man's business for him?" And then she just smiles at him, and I'm like, "Uh oh, you crossed the line, man. All you had to, she graced you with her presence. All you had to do was just look. That's all you had to do, Priest. But no, you had to take it there." And he says that if Cross wants to fight, he knows where to find me, and that will play out later into the show. Second thing that happened on this show, we had a match between Isaiah Swerve Scott and Jake Atlas. I'm uh I'm not really feeling Atlas that much. I mean, last time I saw of him, he fought Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso beat him up pretty bad. That's all that I really have seen from him. I know he's gone up against Legado del Fantasma and everything, but I don't. It's the match it was okay. I believe they have more that they can offer if they're given more time. But you see Isaiah lose. He showed a lot of aggression in this match, but he loses to a roll up, and he was not happy. They worked together in the past, and he wouldn't shake his hand. He got out the ring. I like Isaiah. He has a lot that he can bring to the table. Him and Lucha Underground, his kill shot was some of the best things that I've ever seen. So I know he has a lot that he can bring to the table. Him as a heel could work. It needs more build up. He needs more momentum to finally get him there to where he needs to be. Third thing that happened that I really enjoyed was the Grizzled Young Veterans versus Imperium versus Everrise. I'm not really too familiar with Everrise. They looked pretty good in this match. Like they were stating their claim that they deserve to be there. The Grizzled Young Veterans and Imperium, two teams that come over from NXT UK to NXT, these guys can get it done in the ring. Um, just just seeing the dynamic between these guys in this match, it was real good to see. The Grizzled Young Veterans, they come out with the victory in this, and honestly, if it was up to me, it would be the next in line to challenge for those NXT championships. But I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna have them go up against Imperium. They're gonna give us some classics. It might be for the number one contendership. You might have Orny Lorcan and Danny Burch get involved. Maybe make a triple threat for a takeover. That could be interesting. I prefer it be Grizzled Young Veterans versus the Orny Lorcan and Danny Burch. I think that could be pretty good. They're scrappy. They can get it done in the ring. Let's do it. And Imperium will be waiting in the ring. They could actually an extra feud would ever rise. The tag team division just slowly builds itself up, while the tag division on Raw and SmackDown is at an all-time low. I just don't understand. Anyway, fourth, what I really enjoyed about this was the War Games retrospective. You had all the casualties of War Games. What I found interesting, Candice LeRae, Bobby Fish, and Dakota Kai were injured at War Games, and from what I saw, I can believe it. Um, with Dakota Kai being injured, that does give Raquel her own. It gives her an opportunity to actually kill it and shine as a singles competitor and build her way up to that NXT Women's Championship. Um, you heard from a lot of people, different people from War Games. Something that stood out to me, or it kind of annoyed me a little bit, was Shotzi Blackheart saying that Team Blackheart got it done, or something like that. And I'm just like, the Shotzi y'all lost. Like, nobody cares about y'all getting it. Nobody cares about you getting it done in the ring if you don't come out with that W. Nobody remembers second place shots. See, that really stood out to me. I didn't like that. And then you had some of the winners bragging about it. Bobby Fish also injured, but hey, he's bragging about, hey, we got it done. I'm injured, but we got that win at the end of the day. So, and then to see McAfee in that cast trying to still talk trash himself was hilarious. And then after that retrospective, we got Toni Storm. She was being interviewed. She explained the reason she turned heel, because she said from day one it was the only thing that she was concerned about was the NXT Women's Championship. And since she got there, Ember Moon has stolen her thunder, which a nickname for her is the Thunder Down Under, which is kind of it goes hand in hand. I enjoyed that. Um, she was talking about how Ember stole her thunder and that the NXT Women's Championship is hers. And then Io Shirai comes into the picture, and I really like this from Io. Io was like, the only problem I have right now is the NXT Women's Championship. And Tony, I don't have a problem with you. I just don't like you. And she attacks her and they begin to brawl. I, I love these two women. They're two of my favorite women's wrestlers in the company right now. We know what they can do. Their chemistry is off the charts. Just to see them go back and forth, I don't know who to choose for. They put me in a rock and a hard place. But they brawl out into the ring. Tony gets the better of her, and she is taking EO out. She gets out of she was getting the better of her. Then EO, when they got in the ring, she hit her with the uppercut, and then was going for a moonsault, and Tony was trying to run away. She was backing up. Then Ember Moon comes out and attacks her and throws her back in the ring and says, "This is what you call a receipt, Tony." Which I enjoyed that. It all coincides with one another. Ember is getting back at Toni Storm for attacking her a few weeks ago and for War Games. And Tony is going after Io, staking her claim for the NXT Women's Championship. And Io just does not like Toni Storm. Io hits her moonsault. Um, that moonsault she always does, which picture perfect every single time. I have not seen her mess up that moonsault once. That just attests to how much of a veteran she is in that ring. Um, this was really interesting. I would love to see Io and Toni Storm for the championship at an NXT takeover. Um Ember Moon, her and Tony could have a really good feud. That I can see them having really good chemistry. So I'm looking forward to that. And what we had next was Tommaso Ciampa versus Cameron Grimes. Before this match, Tommaso cut a backstage promo saying that he challenged Timothy Thatcher to see if he still got it. I didn't really understand that. You can watch him in the ring and see that he has it in the ring. I don't get it. And then he says that he's going after Cameron Grimes because Grimes talks too much. I really don't know what he's doing. It makes no sense to me. Honestly, I think he should just remain. He should have just stayed a heel, and maybe they find something better for him. But this match, it was an okay match. You had Timothy Thatcher come out in that match the same way Tommaso came out during his matches and sat in a chair and watched them. So I'm assuming their feud isn't over. I really don't think there's more that they can really do that we haven't already seen from him before. So I just don't know the direction that they're taking Tommaso in. They gotta do more with him. He's a former NXT champion. He deserves better than this. I don't know. It seems like he's just coasting right now. You shouldn't be coasting with a guy a guy like Tommaso Ciampa. All right. So next, this was hilarious. You had to have Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae gloat about their victories at War Games. You also had Indy Hartwell and Austin Theory, who helped Johnny win that NXT North American Championship for the third time. You also had them in there as well. They were apparently Austin Theory and Johnny Gargano are best buds. They can do high fives without even looking at each other. Um, they they presented Candice LeRae with a trophy that looks like it had Shotzi on it, which I thought was hilarious. It was funny to me. Had Damien Priest come out, he wanted to give Austin Theory and Johnny a receipt for what they did to him at War Games. Lo and behold, Karrion Kross comes in and he destroys Priest. Like that's what and I'm not even mad because he deserved it. He shouldn't have talked to his girl like that. He should have known when she gave him that smile that I'm gonna tell him he gonna come find you. He did that and he just destroyed Priest, threw him all over the set, and then power bombed him. And he left. He went to his car. She smiled at him. He smiled back, and they drove off. That's how it worked. I'm glad to see him back. A match between him and Priest. I'd rather see that more than Priest going after the NXT Championship. I don't think he's done enough to challenge for that championship yet. So we can see that. That could be a potential number one contenders match, and then Finn can actually fight Karrion Kross for that championship at a takeover. Um, what's next? Okay. Then we had Killian Dane versus Pete Dunne. I mean, this was okay. Um, Pete Dunne and Killian Cross, they fought backstage before this match started. You had Drake Maverick trying to break it up and stuff. I'm not really feeling their tag team. It's not working for me. Drake Maverick is being viewed as a joke. I don't know. I guess he's usually been that way in his career. Like even outside of WWE, he's been booked as a joke. Or on Impact Wrestling, he was booked more as a joke. Um, I thought they were gonna do something with him when they had him in that NXT Cruiserweight Championship tournament, but he hasn't really done anything. They extinguished his fire just when it was getting hot. So he was trying to help Killian Dane by running off Orny Lorcan and Danny Burch. He ran them out with a steel chair. He thought they ran to the back, and then he looked to Dane and was like, "Look, I did it. I got them. I got him out of here." And they attacked them, and Dane had to come and make the save. When he got back in the ring, he got hit with the bitter end, and he lost. So I don't know. I don't know where they go from here. Please don't put Killian Dane and Drake Maverick the challenge for those NXT tag team titles. They're not the right team. You either go with Imperium or you go with the Grizzled Young Veterans, and you have Everrise waiting in the wings. These Killian Dane and Drake Maverick, they should not even be in the top four of tag teams if not for those championships. And that's my honest opinion. And then we had the main event: Raquel Gonzalez versus Ember Moon. Raquel is coming off her victory at War Games when she pinned the NXT Women's Champion. So in my eyes, she is the next in line for that women's title. Um, you had a pretty good back and forth between Ember and Raquel. This was a really good showcase for Raquel Gonzalez. She was throwing Ember Moon everywhere, and she picked up the victory with that single arm power bomb of hers. It looks like it's a really good finisher, and she got the win. After the match, she starts attacking Ember, and Tony Storm comes out, mad that Ember Moon attacked her early in the night and starts beating her down. And then you had Rhea Ripley come out. She comes out and makes a save for Ember, takes her out the ring. She gets into the ring herself and looks like she's going for Tony Storm. And then Raquel moves Tony to the side saying, "Hey, I got this." Rhea and Raquel have a good stare down, so they're definitely having another match, and I see Raquel winning this time, and they'll be 1-for-1, and you gonna have to have a rubber match for that. I would really look forward to that. I just love the how much Raquel has improved in the ring. She now has an opportunity to showcase herself more with Dakota Kai being injured. I just wonder how the dynamic is going to go. We don't know how long Dakota's going to be out, but if Raquel wins that championship, what is Dakota going to do once she gets back? Is she going to be a face? Is she still going to be a heel and side with her? Like, how is that dynamic going to go playing moving forward? Um, so honestly, a really good show. I enjoyed it. There were a few things that I feel like didn't really need to be there. Tommaso Ciampa and Cameron Grimes. I'm not really feeling that with the whole Timothy Thatcher thing being involved. But overall, to me, it was a really good show, and I'm looking forward to what NXT can do in the future. I hope it finds some way to get back to where it was, but only time will tell. And hey, that's the review. Peace.